This video is part 4 in a 6-part series that explores the transformation, growth, and progress of New Orleans public school system in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. In the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, New Orleans didn't just rebuild its schools, it reimagined them. What emerged was one of the most ambitious public education overhauls in American history, a system driven by autonomy, shaped by choice, and measured by outcomes. But beneath the policy shifts was a deeper goal: equity. To not just raise test scores, but to widen access, to make room for every kind of learner in a city where far too many had once been left behind. Before Katrina, school leaders spent more time fighting the system than leading their schools.
It was a struggle. I just remember when we would order stuff for our children, something simple as paper and pencils. The time that it took to get those items could go between 30 to 60 days.
That changed after the storm. Decision-making was decentralized down to the school level to give principals more autonomy than they had ever had before. It was a big departure for the way New Orleans or any city had traditionally handled education. The new system gave principals more freedom and flexibility with their students.
We are able to align to their needs, look at their progress, realign to their needs, and continue to make sure children are growing in real time based on what they need.
But with greater freedom came greater accountability. In the new system, autonomy wasn't a blank check. Results mattered. And for school leaders, the stakes were higher than ever.
As a charter school, every morning I wake up and I get in my car and I go to work, I realize I am responsible for everything. I have autonomy, but autonomy comes with a lot of responsibility.
But freed from the weight of bureaucracy, Dr. Clark said she could focus on what mattered most: running great schools.
I love being able to make decisions that match the needs of my school community.
Structural changes to the system advanced academics and prioritized equity. But as New Orleans rebuilt its school system in the wake of Katrina, some leaders realized that even bold reforms had blind spots.
Issues surfaced that we felt like we had to address from an equity standpoint.
Students faced barriers just trying to enroll, especially those children who had special needs.
We were hearing that schools were sort of cherry-picking kids.
And the system itself was fractured, decentralized. Families had to navigate a maze of applications, dropped forms at different schools across town, often without clear guidance or guarantees. For children with special needs, these gaps in coordination hit even harder.
So we came to the agreement that we would have a centralized enrollment system, and we felt like that was going to be more equitable, that was going to be fair, so the haves wouldn't continue to just get in the best schools, and those so-called have-nots wouldn't be limited in their access.
And when schools began serving more students with diverse needs and doing it well, they needed more resources. Elizabeth Osberg Davis runs 4 alternative schools known as the NET.
The purpose of the NET is specifically to support those students who haven't been successful in a traditional environment.
The schools are designed for students who've been expelled, dropped out, or are at risk of falling through the cracks.
The question we asked was, what does it look like to build a school for kids who don't do well in school?
But when she started her first school 12 years ago, the funding just didn't match the mission.
It was crazy to allocate money equally because we know that all children learn differently and all children have different challenges that they come to school with.
Today in New Orleans, students with greater needs, like those with disabilities, English learners, or those experiencing poverty, receive more resources to help level the playing field. It's called differentiated funding. This model allows money to follow the child to their school and put dollars where they matter most. More resources for students who need more support.
New Orleans' differentiated funding model was a game changer for us. If we want to fix deep, difficult, ongoing issues in our community, we have to put money behind it.
It's not just about fairness. It's about giving every child what they need to succeed.
To be a truly great city, You need to have spaces for every type of learner and every type of student. And that's what true diversity is truly meeting kids where they are and giving them the environments where they can thrive.
She says the autonomy to run her schools differently has also contributed to their success.
Autonomy has been huge. From the very beginning, we could be clear about which students we were here to serve and how we were going to serve them. Choosing, for example, to put money into building a childcare instead of into a football program. That's a strategic choice that's right for our students, but might not be right for another school.
Because in this city, one belief stands firm. Every student deserves a great school. Not just one that meets their needs, but one that recognizes who they are and who they're becoming. A school that doesn't just serve them, but sees them. In Part 5, we celebrate the largest school facility project in the nation, one that replaced dilapidated buildings with the world-class facilities our students deserved. For more information, visit newschoolsforneworleans.org/Katrina20.